Welcome to the Weathers Wenzel Center on the Perkiston campus of Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. I'm Bill Schneider along with the entire Bulldog Live crew, welcoming you to sophomore night as the Gulf Coast Bulldogs host the Hinds Bulldogs in the regular season finale for both teams. Now, Hinds in the other sports, they're known as the Eagles, but in basketball, they are the Bulldogs. So it's a dogfight tonight between Hinds and Gulf Coast. The Lady Bulldogs come in number 2 in the MACJC South Division with an overall record of 16-6 and a division record of 7-4. A win tonight by Gulf Coast will secure the South number 2 seed in next week's MACJC state tournament over in Pearl River. If Hinds ends up winning this game, Gulf Coast would fall to 3rd. Now, if you're a betting person, you'd probably take Gulf Coast and the points. Hinds' overall record is 2-20. They are 1-10 in the South Division. They are on a 10-game losing streak. Gulf Coast beat them back on January 28th, 73-45. The last win by Hinds was back on January 14th over East Central. Their other lone win of the season was back in November. They beat Coahoma, so not a lot of success on the court for the Hinds Lady Bulldogs. But you never know. As they say, that's why we don't play the games on paper. Lady Bulldogs, meanwhile, trying to secure that 2nd seed in the South and win on sophomore night. Of course, after this, the men's game, a crucial one for the Bulldogs. The winner of the men's game is the 4th seed in the South in the state tournament next week. The loser goes home. So it's essentially an elimination game to get into the state playoffs. Of course, the Gulf Coast men trying to go to the state tournament and defend their 2-time state championship. They won last year and they won the year before. So that one's coming up a little bit later. But first, ladies in the house ready to go here on sophomore night. Gulf Coast and Hinds. Lady Bulldogs led by sophomore Shamika Hart. She's averaging 13.2 points per game. She's 2nd in the state in 3-point shooting. Marquia Nix, Presley Owens, Yasmin Nelson. And we'll talk more about them here in a few minutes. Right now, let's go to PA announcer Wayne Fleury as we have the national anthem and starting lineups. You please stand and face the west side of the gymnasium as we honor America with our national anthem. After that terrific rendition of the national anthem by Nikita Thompson, we are ready to go. Gulf Coast trying to secure that second seed in the South. We'll be playing next week in the MAC JC tournament over at Shivers Gymnasium on the campus of Pearl River. First, got to take care of some business first against the Hinds Lady Bulldogs. Granted, they've only won 2 games. They're on a 10-game losing streak. But this awful season for them, I'm sure would feel better if they upset Gulf Coast. We'll see what happens. Thompson, Hart, Owens, Nix, and Yasmin Nelson on the floor for Gulf Coast. Griffith, Dampier, Greenwood, Shaw, and McDonald on the floor for Hinds. And here we go. The tip controlled by Gulf Coast right off the bat. Presley Owens will pass to Marquia Nix, and Gulf Coast will set up the offense. Right off the bat, Shamika Hart for 3. Count it. She's second in the state in three-point shooting, and you see why as Shamika gets the Bulldogs on the board first. That's Shelly Griffith, another decent three-point shooter, but she misses, ball out of bounds, going over to Gulf Coast. And right off the bat, you hear a little bit more energy in the crowd tonight, being the last regular season game. An important win for the Lady Bulldogs, and of course a must-win for the guys. Now Nix inside the line. She hits the jumper, and it's 5-0 right off the bat. Marquia averaging 13 points per game. She's first in the state in the women's category in free throw percentage at 66%. Lady Bulldogs coming out man-to-man. That three-pointer, not even close by Rahi McDonald. And the Lady Bulldogs coming back the other way. Now inside, Nelson going to the hole. She's fouled. She'll go to the line. Yasmin, the sophomore from Yazoo City, Mississippi, averaging 6 points and 6 rebounds per game. First one, front iron is good. And the Lady Bulldogs first in the state in rebounding. That's one thing Melanie Stone, the head coach, preaches, being strong on the glass. Nelson's second one goes in and out. Just getting underway, Gulf Coast off to a quick 6-0 start in the regular season finale. And a push called over near the baseline, and they'll call it on Shamika Hart. That's her first foul. Lady Bulldogs playing a matchup man-to-man type of defense so far. You'll see him switch to a zone probably a little bit later, depending on the pace of the game and those type of things, as Hines inbounds it. Said Hines has only won 2 games this year, on a 10-game losing streak. Now a long 3. That one's no good by Griffith. Out of bounds to Gulf Coast. As we said, the Lady Bulldogs beat Hines 73-45 back on January 28th. Now the Hines Bulldogs with a mid-court trap. That leaves Shamika Hart wide open for 3. Count that one. That's 2 trays already for Shamika. Gulf Coast off to a 9-0 start. Trying to work it inside. Gulf Coast definitely with the height advantage. That shot partially blocked by Nelson. Dampier shot it. Yaz got some fingers on it, and Gulf Coast takes it back the other way. Hart fakes the jumper, takes it inside. Presley Owens with the rebound, or rather the layup, missed. Coming back the other way is Shaw, and she double dribbled. Quinn-Mika Shaw, the sophomore from Greenville, she averages 8 points per game for Hines, and they'll stick to that half-court trap. Looks like a 3-2 half-court trap. 3 minutes into the game, Gulf Coast leading 9-0. That goes to Nelson. Tries to go inside to Nix. That pass knocked away. Gulf Coast will inbound it. And tonight via Twitter, I'll try to keep up with some of the other games going on. Now, Owens inside, triple teamed, easy pass to Yaz, and she has a bucket. Make that an 11-0 start for the Lady Bulldogs. You gotta wonder if this thing gets out of hand quick. Hines will pack it in. They try another 3. That one by Dampier, no good. A fight for the ball, and it's a jump ball. The possession arrow goes to Hines. We're checking in Mosetta Greenwood. She's a freshman from Sharon, Mississippi. Having a good night out there in internet land here in Mississippi. A chance of rain this weekend and tonight. Hadn't started raining yet. As we said, tonight, sophomore night. Now a long 3 by Griffith, and that one's good to get Hines on the board. Shelly Griffith, the sophomore from Jackson Wingfield. The other end, pass is tipped around. Nix controls it. Inside to Nelson, to Owens, under the basket. Presley shoots. She's fouled. She'll go to the line. As far as height goes, the Lady Bulldogs, a huge advantage. Presley Owens, 72% foul shot shooter. Hits that one. Sophomore from Van Cleve. Next one on the way, and good. 10-point lead for Gulf Coast, 4 minutes in. Just gotta wonder how a team can go 2-20. But if you're wondering that, I've got an answer for you here in a second. Really doesn't have anything to do with Hines, but it's a theory I have. 8 on the shot clock. Shooting and getting fouled is Quinn-Mika Shaw, and she'll go to the line. A foul on Hart, her second. Shaw goes to the line. Right now, let's see, well, it's probably about over now, but my 8-year-old son's last basketball game of the season was tonight. Entering the game, his team is 0-9, and they will be 0-10 probably right about now. And you got to feel for the kids because it's an 8 to 10-year-old league, the ages. Shaw gets her 2 foul shots. Checking in for Gulf Coast, Amanda Evans. And Evans with the ball. Fakes the pull-up, gives to Yaz, and Yaz has another layup right under the bucket. 5 points for Nelson, the lead's back to 10. Collins coach, he's a first-year coach in the league, and he just drafted, who he thought would be good. Didn't realize that some of the other teams already knew the players they wanted and that kind of thing. Now taking the shot for Hines, rolling around and falling is Greenwood. So basically, Collins' team was all 8-year-olds. And some of the other teams had 9 and 10-year-olds and not many 8-year-olds. Here comes Markia Nix. That pass tipped right to Amanda Evans. Owens with the short jumper, no good. Nix underneath, rebound, misses, gets the rebound, puts it back up and in. Markia with the hard-earned bucket and leads back to 10. You see that on the replay, just fighting for the rebound twice and putting it back in. Anyway, it's basically like a team full of Spud Webbs playing against a team full of Kareem Abdul-Jabbars. That shot by Greenwood, no good. Gulf Coast coming back the other way. That's why his team is 0-9. So that's probably why. Nice inlet pass to Owens, who hits the layup. Great job by Nelson. Presley's got 4, and Hines calls a timeout there, already down by 12. So anyway, his team, very competitive, very feisty, but vertically challenged. That's why they were 0-9. But he did score a point last week on a foul shot, so I'm sure I'll hear the final score of that one. Something in the, I'm going to say, 23-7 range. That's what I'm thinking the final will be. Yeah, 1 point this season. Probably about 0.3. That's what I'm going to say the average is. They play 10 games. What's tough is the team he was on last year was 0-9-1. So, he's happy baseball season's coming. Let's put it that way. Here, it's Hines down 19-7. That long 3 by Vandria Dampier is good. There's Dampier, a famous basketball name in the state. You had Eric Dampier playing up at Mississippi State when they made the Final Four run. And that pass knocked away, picked up by Griffith. Lady Bulldogs up 19-10 here. 7 minutes into the first half. That jumper hits. That's Raji McDonald from Port Gibson. Cut it to 7. You got to give it to Hines, a 2-20 team still fighting on the last game on the road. Lady Bulldogs a little trouble with the press. Now Amanda Evans thought about shooting a 3, couldn't decide, and she traveled. Now coming in, Brittany Jones, Yasmin Nelson, who scored 5 points, takes a break. It was so bad, the last game Colin had, they played the Heat. His team was the Thunder. The Heat was all the 10-year-olds. See if I can paint this picture. Colin's like 2'0", and the guy he was jumping against was about 6'2". They let him do the opening tip. Nice defense by the Lady Bulldogs, and the shot clock is going to expire. Great job on the defensive end for Gulf Coast. as you could expect, the guy didn't even have to jump. He just went up on his tippy toes to tip the opening tip. Colin jumped after the game. I said, good job, buddy. You did a good job. He goes, Dad, I was this close to getting that tip. I said, Bud, you weren't. He goes, yeah, I was this close. I was like, all right, you go with that. Yeah. They try a little inlet pass to Jones, and that gets knocked away. Gulf Coast by 7. Sophomore night. Precious Thompson, another sophomore, brings it down, out to Evans, inside to Owens. Nice ball work so far by the Lady Bulldogs. Nice job by Owens, a little short jumper to Evans. It won't fall. Rebound to Dampier, and here comes Hines. I can't really say here comes the Lady Bulldogs because I'd be saying that for both teams, and it gets confusing. Thompson knocks that dribble away. 11 on the shot clock. Hines goes inside. That jumper no good. Rebound Presley Owens on the floor for Hines now. Shigretta Shorter, who's 6'3". The other end, it's Owens. Short jumper, swish. 6 points for Presley. You leave her open, she'll hit that all day long. Presley averaging 12 points per game and 8 rebounds. Now a breakaway after a steal. Marquia Nix. That's elementary. She's got 6. And the lead's back to 11. See, Gulf Coast tennis coach Gary Bourgeois here to my left. His tennis team's off to a 2-0 start. They were supposed to play today at Hines, but that got rained out. Now double teamed inside is Greenwood. Great defense by Brittany Jones and the Lady Bulldogs. Now coming in for Gulf Coast, Samara Dingaswayo, giving the Precious Thompson a break. 11 seconds for Hines on the shot clock. They're down by 11. Here on Bulldog Live. Portia Mitchell in now for Hines. Shooting that jumper also in, Sirlandria Winston. She misses. Dingaswayo coming back the other way. Over to Amanda Evans. Spots up, drains the 3. Amanda Evans getting in the act. Amanda's a freshman from right here in Wiggins. Hines going inside. Greenwood with the foul, and she'll go to the line. Foul called on Marquia Nix. That's her first. Gulf Coast up 26-14 at the halfway point of the first half. Told you about the Lady Bulldog tennis team as Greenwood misses the foul shot. They're off to a 2-0 start. Gary really likes his men's team. Marquia Nix, wide open baseline jumper, in and out. Rebound, Brittany Jones. She can't get that one to fall, and Hines coming back the other way. Men's team led by sophomores Nick Georgian and Lachlan and Alex Puyol, the twin brothers from Australia. They're set to sign with Belhaven College. We'll be announcing that officially next week. Congrats to them. Taking the shot is Winston, and it'll go out of bounds. The ball going to the Lady Bulldogs from Perkinston. The women's team, as far as tennis goes, a lot of freshmen, but a lot of talented freshmen. Gary Bourgeois very excited about the tennis team. Of course, you can follow them via Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, the usual suspects. Meanwhile, Nix driving, she's fouled. going to say that was the act of shooting. So Marquia goes to the line. As we said, she is tops in the state in free throw percentage at 66% in regards to attempts. Presley Owens is at 72%, but she hasn't had as many attempts as Marquia has. Hence the reason she's first. A 2-touchdown lead by the Lady Bulldogs right now, 28-14. And this just in, text from my wife, another winless season, but Collins scored a free throw again. 2 points for him this year. Now I say that takes it up to 0.4. Hey, nice job by Owens. Lady Bulldogs making it look easy here. 8 for Presley, 30-14, Gulf Coast ahead. Doing exactly what we thought they'd do against this Hines team that's only won 2 games. Here comes Dinguisueo. Nice pass to Jones underneath, can't hit the layup. Owens is there for the rebound. Tried to put back off the backboard, no good. Still fighting for it is Brittany Jones. And they call the offensive foul on Brittany. That's her first. And she'll take a break. Yasmin Nelson will come in. Hines down 30-14. Still playing hard. I give them credit because it would be very easy for them to pack it in right now. As that pass picked off by Nix. And you got to appreciate the effort. Now inside to Owens. Before she could drive, she walked. It'll go back over to Hines. Now inside, hitting that layup for Hines is Quinika Shaw, one of the starters. 30-16, 7:25 to go first half. Remember the guys' game coming up right after this one. Oh, nice inlet pass from Nix to Owens, the easy layup. Presley's having her way underneath the basket. She's already got 10 here in the first half. Great look by Nix on the assist. Meanwhile, at the other end, nice job by LaPortia Mitchell. Got behind the defense, hits the easy layup. 32-18, all Lady Bulldogs. Now Dinguisueo with the 3, front iron no good. Coming back the other way is Hines. Here's Mitchell. Guarded by Nix. Out to a wide open Winston, and that one no good. And going down is Dinguisueo. Coming back the other way with the layup is Dampier, and Dinguisueo is down. Melanie Stone checking on her. She fell really awkwardly there. And coming out to check is Dana Sharp. Samara has had knee problems already this season. She got that rebound and then went down. You see Melanie Stone helping her out. So she can get up. She's up reasonably well. Her and Dana Sharp are going to help her off the field, or the court. This is not a field because we're inside. I drifted back into football there. Sorry about that. Samara, the freshman from Slidell. Dana will check on her. It'll be a tough injury depth-wise for Gulf Coast heading into the tournament. enjoying the web stream broadcast here on Bulldog Live. Remember, men's game is coming up right after this one. 32-20, Lady Bulldogs up on sophomore night. That errant pass by Thompson, picked off by Mitchell. And that pass by Dampier goes right to Yasmin Nelson. Thank you very much. Precious coming back the other way. Melanie Nicky now in the game. Drive it inside. She shoots. She's fouled. She'll go to the line. Delaney Nicky, the freshman from Philadelphia, Mississippi. The other city of brotherly love. First one on the way, front iron, no good. And misses both of them. And Hines takes over. Bulldogs up by 12. That one-hander no good. Amanda Evans with the rebound. Trying to work her way out of a little bit of trouble. She does. Back out to LaPrecious Thompson. Now, nice drive by Nix. Can't get the layup to go. Now, a little driving, running jumper by Dampier's no good. Loose ball, and it'll go to the Lady Bulldogs with 4:53 left in the first half. At the conclusion of the women's game, there will be a presentation to the Lady Bulldogs sophomores. And I believe before the men's game, we'll also have a presentation. Now, great job breaking the press. Nix to Nelson. Quite easy. Yaz has 7 and the lead's back to 14. Long jumper, no good. Nicky with the rebound. Presley Owens getting ready to come back in. Nelson inside to Nix. Nice drop step move. She hits the easy shot. 10 points for Marquia. Biggest lead of the game now at 16. And a little push foul they call on Evans. Be Amanda's first foul. Marquis will take a break and Presley comes back in. .352 left, first half. Gulf Coast by 16. They try an inlet pass. The shot by Greenwood, no good. Rebound, kicked around and finally controlled by Melanie Nicky, and now Thompson bringing it up, approaching the 3:30 mark. Inside to Nelson, shoots, count it, and one. Nine points for Yaz so far here in the first half. She's having her way inside, as was Presley Owens. Lead now 18. And going to 19. Oh, that one's in and out. I called it too quick. 18-point lead for Gulf Coast. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Great defense by Gulf Coast. They finally get it inside to Greenwood. 5 on the shot clock. Mitchell with it, shooting a long 3. It hits iron. Rebound, fought for, out of bounds, going to Gulf Coast. Amanda Evans comes out after some solid work. Shamika Hart back in with 2 fouls and also 2 3-pointers. The Bulldogs break the press. Owens to Nelson. She's double teamed over to Shamika. 2:30 to go first half. Top of the key, Presley. Thompson to Nikki. 4-3, no good. Follows her shot, loses control. Great hustle by Nikki to get it to Hart. That's hustle right there. Great job by the freshman. Followed her shot, kept it going. Now Thompson goes in, and 1. How about LaPrecious Thompson? They call her P for short, and in that case, P means points. She's the ringleader, if you will, the ball distributor, but there she gets on the board. Precious, the sophomore from Canton. And the lead is now 20. Rattles around. How about Presley Owens going in? Can't hit the layup on the rebound. Gulf Coast controls it. That's just hustle and determination there. Saw it from Nikki, that time we saw it from Owens. Just getting good position off the foul shot, but Nelson walked with 16 on the shot clock. Gulf Coast doubling up the Hines Bulldogs here. 1:55 to go in the first half. Pass inside, almost picked off by Nikki. A foul called, and they'll call Mulaney for her second foul of the game. First foul, excuse me. Going to the line for Hines is Vandrea Dampier, sophomore from Brandon. She went to Northwest Rankin. Northwest Rankin just outside of the Flowood area of Jackson, out on Highway 25. Road heavily traveled by me back in the day. How about Nikki with the little NBA move? And 1. Mulaney Nikki, the freshman, came to play on sophomore night. Little spin move, okey doke to the basket, and 1. Rebound no good. Out of bounds. Gulf Coast retains possession. 1:36 to go. The lead is 22. Hartle inbound. Shamika thought about the 3, then pulled it up. Over to Owens, that pass tipped, and Hines takes over. Bringing it down, Charlandria Winston. .15 on the shot clock. And Winston fouled that time. Let's see who they called it on. I think on Nikki. No, they called it on Nelson. That's her first. With 1:04 left here in the first half. Kind of had a feeling this one might get out of hand. And at least has to this point. Gulf Coast taking care of business, locking down that number 2 seed in the South. Next week's state tournament over at Pearl River. Winston makes 1 out of 2. Nikki with the rebound in good position. Thompson hacked out front. They called it on Dampier. And LaPrecious will go to the line and shoot 1-1. Or as they used to say in the old school days, 1+1. Just like they used to call the charging foul a player control foul. And the scorers used to hold up ping pong paddles with the number on it saying how many fouls each player had. 40 seconds to go first half. That three no good. Nicky had position, couldn't bring in the rebound. Griffith with the layup underneath. And that errant pass by Nicky goes up in about the 5th row. A little sloppy here, be in the half, 27.7 left. When you got a 19-point lead, it's all good. Last 20 seconds of the first half. Shot clock is off. Nice pass by Winston inside, but it's blocked by Owens. 5 on the clock. Here comes Hart, gonna pull up, take a long three, no good, and that's the end of the half. But a very solid first half for the Lady Bulldogs. They lead at 42-23 at halftime. Coming up, we'll have some halftime entertainment for you. Lady Bulldog cheerleaders, pep squad, dance team, and some other fun stuff as you see Larry Strom doing his Richard Nixon impersonation. Larry, an ardent member of the Bulldog Club. And we'll take a break here in just a second. It's halftime with Gulf Coast up by 19. Stacy, in the painter's hat. Painter's hat. Welcome back to the Weathers Wenzel Center. Gulf Coast up 42-23 at halftime. Leading scorers for the Lady Bulldogs, Presley Owens with 10 points, Jasmine Nelson with 10, and Marquia Nix with 10. Shamika Hart with 6, Mulaney Nicky with a bucket, Amanda Evans also with 2, and Precious Thompson with 2. Some other scores from around the world of women's JUCO basketball in the state. Colin at halftime leading Pearl River 36-14. Colin, the South Division winner again. What else is new? They pretty much win it every year. Very good women's team coached by Glenn Young over there. East Mississippi leading Kahoma 27-25 at halftime. In a battle for the last playoff spot in the women's side, Jones leads halftime, nice performance by the Burkettes under the direction of Stacy Foray. And the pep band also keeping it real this evening. Coach Melanie Stone, assistants Pete Georgian and Brooke Eccles getting the Lady Bulldogs ready for the last 20 minutes of the regular season. And thank you for joining us in Internet Land on Bulldog Live. Coach Wendell Weathers has made it in, the men's head coach. And we're underway. Gulf Coast now going from right to left here in the second half. Nix to Presley, just a two-person game, and Presley gets her 12th point. And the lead's 21. And shot taken by Winston, no good. Rebound to Nelson. Thompson over to Nix, into Owens, shoots, no good. Gets a rebound, no good. Kicked around, fought for, and out of bounds, and I believe that'll go to Gulf Coast, and it will. Presley has a weakness at some of those layups, although both of those were contested. Against Jones, as Nelson is fouled, she'll go to the line. Against Jones last week, Gulf Coast missed a ton of layups. And Yaz will go to the line and shoot 2. She's got 10 on the night. As always, death, taxes, and Mayor Gary Alexander of Wiggins here. Very seldom do you see him miss a Perk athletic event or really anything here on the campus. A dedicated supporter of the college. Yaz has 12. She hits both free throws, and the lead is now 23, 46 to 23. Hines is now playing for Pride. Turnaround jumper, no good. Thompson with the rebound, coming back the other way. Oh, nice pass from Precious to Owens. That was pretty. A little showtime there. LA Lakers style. I watched about 5 games this week with the passing of former Lakers owner Dr. Jerry Buss on ESPN Classic. And they were showing all those old Lakers-Celtics games from the 80s. That had a Showtime feel to it. Instead of Magic to James Worthy, it was Thompson to Presley Owens. I also watched all 50 of the games they've shown celebrating Michael Jordan's birthday. Shelly Griffith throws up an air ball. Jordan turned 50, and I thought it was going to be a national holiday. Well, why not? He is, without question, the greatest basketball player ever in the NBA with 6 titles. You could. That's one of those you could argue all that all day long as Hines takes over. I think he is. That shot, no good. Rebound, Nelson. It looks like the Lady Bulldogs of Gulf Coast going to slow it down a little bit as Hines collapses into a zone. Well, so much for that. Hart's three-pointer's blocked. Nice hustle by Quinn-Mika Shaw. It goes out of bounds to the Lady Bulldogs. Looked like they were going to slow it up. See, I watch Jordan against the Lakers in '91. When he did the layup, it was in his right hand. He crossed over to his left hand. Oh, nice dish inside. Nix couldn't hold on. and it goes back over to Hines. Watched one of the games against, actually both game 6s against the Jazz. They had some good ones on. Some people don't like to watch things that happen, sporting events especially, on the ESPN Classic. I love it. It's like a history lesson. Yasmin Nelson picks up her second foul. Greta Shorter at the line. Yaz comes out, Brittany Jones in. 17-11 left. Gulf Coast doubling up Hines, 48-24, as Shorter hits one of two. Played 3 minutes here in the second half. All Lady Bulldogs from the get-go as Shamika Hart tries the baseline three, no good. The putback by Jones, no good. Shorter with the rebound. Now, just outside the foul line, that shot by Shaw, no good. The Lady Bulldogs enjoying this one on sophomore night. It's over to Hart, that one out of bounds, and it'll go over to Hines. You said that, you got to give Hines credit. They're 2-20. They haven't quit. Now they're down big in this game, but they're still playing as if the game was tied. Shorter tried to pass, knocked away by Nix. Hines retains possession. Jumper off the back iron, brought down by Marquia. Now we're just waiting for the final score on this one. With 15 minutes to go in the second half, and Gulf Coast up 48-25. Hart to Jones, double teamed, but she's fouled. She'll go to the line. Brittany, one of the sophomores from Union, Mississippi. She hits the first one. Misses the second. Hines cuts it to 22. Try to sell it and say, you know what? There's no quitting these Hines Lady Bulldogs. And there really isn't. But they're down big. Thompson throws that one away. Shorter inside. She walked. Thanks to WLOX Sports anchor Tyler Bolden. He led off the sports last night with the highlights of the women's softball team's sweep of East Mississippi. There's Tyler and AJ always give us love when we send them video. So, looking at the Twitter feed, looks like Tyler's covering some of the state basketball as Presley Owens hits another jumper. She's got 16 on the night. A girls South State, Bay High wins. Of course, Bay High coached by Gulf Coast Athletic Hall of Fame inductee, Debbie Triplett. They beat Lawrence County 73-31. Talk about a wrecking machine. Thompson with the jumper. High plays over in the Tiger Dome, one of my favorite gyms. It's a neat little place. Shorter shot blocked by Owens. On the baseline, it'll go to Gulf Coast. Okay, it looks like Natalie Davis took a picture of the MACJC tournament bracket. Let's see if she filled it out. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Be able to run this down here. Owens misses that shot. Rebound by Hines. 53-27, all Gulf Coast. Let's talk about the women's bracket first. Let's see this. It's hard to see. Inside to Shorter, guarded by Nick. She hits the layup. On Monday, the women's games will be at 1, 3, 5, and 7. Nick's inside, no foul called. Owens, turnaround layup, no good, but she'll go to the line. Presley already with 16 points tonight. She's 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. Yeah, the games Monday and Tuesday, 1, 3, 5, and 7. The games on Monday will be the ladies. The games on Tuesday will be the men. Wednesday, the women's semifinals at 1 and 3. The men's semifinals on Wednesday at 5 and 7. The championship games on Thursday at 5 and 7. Presley a little too much on that foul shot. She's got 17. The Shivers Gymnasium over there in Poplarville is cozy, to say the least. But if the Bulldogs first make it into the postseason, we can make it back to the state championship. We'll do our best to try to stream that for you. Same thing with the ladies, but got a long way to go on that. Try to get the logistics and bandwidth, that kind of stuff all worked out. And if we could do it, we will, because that's how we roll here on Bulldog Live. Nix with the rebound, 54-29. 12:23 left. Now at the 12-minute mark, Thompson on the fast break, kicks it to Hart, short baseline jumper, no good. Owens underneath, and it's a jump ball, and that'll go to Hines. Nix with the steal coming back the other way. And she's fouled and will go to the line. She's about Marquia. She's averaging 13 per game. If she makes both of these, she'll have 12, so she'll be close to her average. Sophomore from Moss Point. First one's no good off the back iron, getting ready to check in, Kendra Hall. Kendra, the freshman from Poplarville. Kia hits the second one. 11 points for Marquia. The Bulldogs up 55-29. We talked about Hinds playing hard even though they've only won 2 games. Got to give credit to Gulf Coast. They came out smoking here and put this team away early. Didn't even let them even think about making a game out of this. You see the little girl there with her sippy cup. Hey, a little juice at the game in the sippy cup, not bad at all. She's enjoying it. She's like, hey, I'm drinking my juice. Back off. Sippy cups are great. Let's see. My son Colin, he'd probably still drink out of one if we'd let him. He's 8. It's a 25-point lead. Want to start pulling people out of the stands to interview? We could. How about Kendra Hall hitting the 3? I hear you, Kendra. Nice hustle by Nix. Inside to Owens under the basket. Tried to get a shot off. Good defense, though, by Hinds. It's a 28-point lead. And it's about to be 30 after that steal. Shamika, easy layup. Shamika Hart had 2 3-pointers in the first half. 8 points on the night. As Hinds responds at the other end. You're getting back to the sippy cups. They're very durable. But if you screw the cap on wrong, it's trouble. My daughter has spilled, whatever in her bed at night, water, juice, whatever, a zillion times because that cap wasn't on correctly. (60-33), 9:47 left. Gulf Coast will be the number 2 seed in the South in next week's state tournament. They'll go to 17-6 overall and 8-4 in the conference. Just a great job this season by the Lady Bulldogs sophomores. Mel Stone. A little sloppy pass in the backcourt, but Nix playing hard. Owens with the rebound. You see Hinds, they're staying pesky. Got to give them credit for that. I do anyway. Oh, nice ball work to Nelson. 14 for Yaz. They've been doing that all night long. Got a good crowd here tonight. Inside and good defense as Nelson posts up on the 6'3" shorter. Baseline jumper, Marquia Nix. She's at her average, 13 points. 64-35, and a timeout call. As Mulaney Nicky gets ready to come back in. hadn't started off well for Gulf Coast. They started the game on an 11-0 run, at 42-23 at halftime, and have never looked back. Looking at the Twitter feed, there's a severe thunderstorm warning for Hines and Rankin County. Don't know if we're going to get any severe weather tonight. Let's hope not. Hope we don't have any in Hattiesburg. Peeps up there, they need a break from that after that tornado. Looks like Jones is going to be the 4th seed out of the South, leading East Central 54-38. 14 minutes left to go in that one. East Mississippi and Coahoma both playing for pride. Lady Lions leading by 2 in that one. Colin big over Pearl River 41-22 as they tune up for the tournament. Big win for Coach Kennedy down in Pass Christian. The boys win over Wilkinson County 55-43 in high school. Coach Kennedy and the Pirates always tough in 3A action. A perennial team you see in Jackson in the playoffs. Pass Christian, of course, the home of ABC's Good Morning America's Robin Roberts, who's back on the air this week. Congrats to Robin. She continues her battle with cancer and the after effects of it. Robin, of course, one of the nicest people you'll ever meet, as genuine as anybody. In fact, her whole family's like that. Just wonderful people. Where I was a young sportscaster back in the day, Robin was at a local event. I was nervous, thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to meet Robin Roberts. What am I going to say to her? She comes up to me and says, hey, Bill, I enjoy watching you on the weekends. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. 64-37, Hines leading. So our thoughts and prayers continue to go to Robin. It is Gulf Coast leading, as you can tell by the scoreboard. I was telling a little anecdote. I was talking about Robin Roberts. Any type of mistake is magnified tenfold. Nah, just kidding. Presley over there having some fun. 64-37. Amanda Evans back in. She had some quality minutes in the first half. Mulaney Nicky also back in. Kendra Hall, Yasmin Nelson, and Owens now inside to Presley. Short little jumper. Count it. 19 for Presley. By the way, that where she shot that jumper, that's where Colin made his 2 foul shots this year. Because he's 8 and he can't quite make it to the rim from the regular foul line, so they move him up a little bit. 66-37, all Lady Bulldogs. Of course, always see the Perket's dance team, cheerleaders, pep band. As always, putting on a solid show here at the Weathers Winsor Center. Heather Spicer rocking the pep band over there. Coach Stone loves this opportunity for some of the younger players to get some valuable playing time. tournament next week. Don't know how bad Samara Dingaswayo was injured. Remember, she's on the bench right now. Try to find out the extent of her injury, and hopefully she'll be able to suit up again. A 29-point lead for Gulf Coast, 7:13 left. Evans with the rebound, in trouble, and a foul called. I believe that's going to be on Hines. Good hustle by Kendra Hall. And instead they call it on Kendra. At the 7-minute mark. Defense, and they call a little reach in that time on Evans. Amanda's second foul. When the younger players are in there, these are what are called teachable moments. Things Coach Stone and Coach Georgie can look at on film and say, hey, let's do this a little different, or I like the way you do that, and that kind of stuff. Teachable moments. Those are the kind of opportunities you get when you got a 29-point lead. Hall with the rebound, brings it up across the timeline. Hall and Evans out front, inside to Owens, pivots, out to Nikki. The Jamal Wilkes three-pointer, no good. Brittany Jones had it and lost, and I believe she got fouled. Jamal Wilkes played for the Lakers back in the day, and you know who I'm talking about. You know that Mulaney Nikki shoots it just like Jamal Wilkes did. I wonder if she knows who Jamal Wilkes is. Try to get you updated on some more scores here in a few minutes. Gulf Coast up by 29 on Hines. And that foul on Quinmika Shaw, sophomore from Greenville, with 6:16 left. There's Presley Owens getting ready to shoot. One and one. That one a little long. Good hustle by Jones to get the rebound, but Brittany traveled. Presley with 19 points. She's 3 of 5 from the foul line. Six minutes to go. I almost did a hip-hop song lyric there, but I stopped. I say 6 minutes. 6 minutes doesn't fresh you're on. That's from the 80s. Back in the days, the kids were. 5:44 left. And Brittany Jones will go to the foul line. And that one's no good. And foul underneath on Kendra Hall. That's her second. After this game, we'll have sophomore night ceremonies. Then Hines and Gulf Coast, the men's teams, battle for the last spot in the playoffs in the South Division. Now Nikki for three. That won't fall. Good job by Jones, and Brittany will get some more work from the foul line. I think for success in the tournament, obviously we'll have to get good performances out of Shamika Hart, Markia Nix, and Presley Owens, but Brittany Jones probably needs to step up as well. That's why this experience is so valuable for some of the players coming off the bench. It's a great steal that time by Evans, taking it all the way for the layup. Great job by Amanda. She's got 4 points. Last week in the men's game against Jones, Charles Smith came in, the freshman. Very little playing time this year. Got fouled and hit 4 free throws down the stretch to help Gulf Coast win in overtime. So you never know when your opportunity comes. We'll see how that plays out next week. Let's see, the Lady Bulldogs, if they're the 2nd seed, they'll play the 3 seed from the north. Either going to be Northeast or Itawamba, I believe. Everybody loves balloons. We should have balloons every night. What you think? .428 left, Gulf Coast by 29. Total domination tonight over Hines. How about Shorter hitting the jumper off the glass? I don't know if that would count in horse because she didn't call glass. Nice steal by Hines coming back the other way. Loses control, and yeah, they're going to call travel. 4 minutes left. Told you about the Lady Bulldog softball team. They're 4-3 on the year. And a steal by Latoria Richmond, where she hits the jumper. Or the layup, excuse me, 68-43. Latoria Richmond from Columbia, Mississippi. Told you about the lady softball team being 4-3. The baseball team is 6-2 on the year. They split yesterday over at Faulkner State. They'll be playing Alabama Southern here at Perkinson, weather permitting, this Saturday. Delta leads Northeast in women's action 67-64. 11 minutes left. Jones County over East Central 63-44. So barring a huge comeback by East Central, Jones will be the number 4 seed in the South. Good block from behind by Nikki with 2:52 left. Great job tonight by the Lady Bulldogs, putting away a team. As Evans shoots and drains a 3. 7 points for Amanda Evans. And the 2-on-1 break. Evans, Hall, Evans, no good. Owens had the rebound, lost it, and she'll go to the line. Presley can make it a 20-point night with 2:19 left and a 71-43 lead. She does. An even 20 for Presley. This will be a sophomore night they'll all remember. Great job tonight by Presley Owens, 21 points. As her team leads 73-43. So far here at the Weathers Wenzel Center. We saw the pep band earlier, we saw balloons earlier, now the pep band and balloons. Student section filling up in anticipation for the boys' game. The men's game. This level, sometimes they say men's and women's action. Technically, that's correct, but then it's like I'll say boys and girls too. So I guess either way is right. You see the cheerleaders under the direction of Shelly Campbell. And at the conclusion of this game, we'll turn it over to Wayne Fleury, the PA announcer, and we'll have the sophomore night festivities. And in between games, we'll maybe try to get Melanie Stone up here as well. Talk about the upcoming state tournament. Under 2 minutes to go. Gulf Coast by 30. Kendra Hall shooting the three. Jones with the rebound. The putback, no good. Shorter with the rebound. Said the Lady Bulldogs will finish the regular season at 17-6. And 8-4 in the South Division. .115 left. Presley was thinking, should I shoot it? I mean, I already got 21 points. I think that might have been partially blocked too. 1 minute to go. Sophomore night here at Gulf Coast. The first half will be more than successful. As the Lady Bulldogs are ready to run out the clock. Left. Kendra Hall's like, hey, don't hold the ball up like that, man. That was funny. Shorter got a laugh out of that, too. What you just saw there, that's what Collins basketball games look like. And tonight, that's what it looked like here as Gulf Coast wins it 73-45 on sophomore night. As the two teams shake hands, we'll turn it over down on the court, and you'll get to see the sophomore night presentation. Back in a few minutes for the men's game here on Bulldog Live.
Next to the ladies, sophomore manager from Biloxi, Mississippi, Sabrina Webb. For Union, Mississippi, 32, Brittany Jones. A manager from Gulfport, Mississippi, Taylor Lawson. And the players, a sophomore from Jackson, Mississippi, number 4, Shelton Willis. Number 20, Darian Orange. A sophomore from Antwerp, Mississippi. Number 11, Jeremy Bolton. A sophomore from San Juan, Puerto Rico. Number 35, Giancarlo Santiago. From Raymond, Mississippi, number 5, Jamichael Hawkins. And a sophomore from Savannah, Puerto Rico, number 15, Angel Diaz. Bulldogs are coached by head coach Wendell Weber, assisted by Patrick Wilcher. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Gulf Coast Community College President Mary Green, Vice President of the Perkins Campus Dr. Jay Allen, and Athletic Director Ryan Taylor, your coaches and the entire college. We want to thank you all for your hard work, both on and off the court, throughout your careers at Gulf Coast Community College. Congratulations, sophomore.
And hope you enjoyed watching the sophomore night presentations. We're going to reboot, if you will, and secure the women's game archive. We'll be back here in a few minutes on Bulldog Live as we get ready for men's action between Gulf Coast and Hinds.